Dussehra to all the viewers of NDTV. What makes this year's Vijay Dashmi celebrations that mark the victory of good over evil different is the fact that it's poll season. Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Telangana and Mizoram vote over the next couple of months. Many see these state elections as the semi-final to the 2024 Lok Sabha final. So we ask, where exactly are our political leaders this Dussehra? Prime Minister Narendra Modi was at the Dwarka DDA ground instead of the Love Kush Ram Leela at the Red Fort grounds. In 2019, too, Prime Minister was at the same Ram Leela. In an interesting twist, actor Kangana Ranaut will become the first woman to symbolically slay Ravan at the Love Kush Ram Leela. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal from Team India and Lieutenant Governor of Delhi, V.K. Saxena, refused to share the stage. Mr. Saxena was seen burning one of the effigies with neither Kangana or Kejriwal present. In Mumbai, it was Shinde Sena versus Uddhav Thackeray Sena. Head of Congress Parliamentary Party, Sonia Gandhi, was at the Nav Shri Dharmik Leela Committee event at Red Fort grounds. It isn't clear where Rahul and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra are. Mamata Banerjee is nursing a foot injury and stayed home in Kolkata. Nagpur saw RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat hosting singer Shankar Mahadevan as the chief guest on Vijay Dashmi, which is also the foundation day of the RSS. Shankar Mahadevan sang the Saraswati Vandana. Mahadevan is set to compose the RSS prayer on a big musical scale with the intention of taking it to the global audience. RSS, remember, has a tradition of inviting distinguished personalities from various walks of life as chief guests at their events. Last year, the chief guest was mountaineer Santosh Yadav, who made history as the first woman to be invited. We will also be taking a deep dive into who is V.K. Pandian. Is he really Naveen Patnaik's successor? But first, let's listen in to what was said by RSS Supremo.
सावधान रहना है, क्योंकि अब आने वाले दिन भी अब चुनाव के दिन है। अभी राज्यों की चुनाव है, आगे लोकसभा का है। चुनाव में तो खूब गाली गलौज चलेगी, प्रचार चलेगा लोगों को इधर से उधर लाने का। उसमें ये हथकंडे और बढ़ सकते हैं। जहां उद्देश्य नहीं, वहां भी उद्देश्य चिपकाकर बातें हो सकती है। उकसावे में भड़काऊ बातों से भड़ककर उकसावे में आकर नहीं करना है। ठंडे दिमाग से सोचिए, कौन अच्छा है, किसने अच्छा काम किया है। सबका अनुभव अब भारत की जनता के पास है, सबका अनुभव ले लिया। अब इसमें कौन अवेलेबल बेस्ट?
Let's listen in to what the Prime Minister had to say.
आज हमें सौभाग्य मिला है कि हम भगवान राम का भव्यतम मंदिर बनता देख पा रहे हैं और अयोध्या की अगली रामनवमी पर रामलला के मंदिर में गुंजा हर स्वर पूरे विश्व को हर्षित करने वाला है। आज रावण का दहन बस एक पुतले का दहन न हो, ये दहन हो हर उस विकृति का जिसके कारण समाज का आपसी सौहार्द बिगड़ता है। ये दहन हो उन शक्तियों का जो जातिवाद और क्षेत्रवाद के नाम पर मां भारती को बांटने का प्रयास करती है।
Let me bring in my guests. Amitabh Tiwari is joining me live. We also have Sanjay Singh. Sanjay Singh, among all the Dussehra celebrations that you have seen today, which one is the most political one, or perhaps the most interesting or intriguing one?
See, Shankar Mahadevan at Vijayadashmi of RSS Satsang Chalak, number one. Of course, the way he sang, "Hum rahe na rahe, Bharat rahe," And Prime Minister Modi going to Dwarka, that by itself, and traditionally this Laukus Ramlila has been very famous. And if you see, Sonia Gandhi goes to one place and Prime Minister used to go to another place, but choosing Dwarka. The Dwarka also recently saw one of the biggest kind of convention halls that has been built. So that part of city is also being showcased. Besides, politically, there Kangana Ranaut, of course, very interesting avatar. So, but I would say Shankar Mahadevan at RSS function, that by itself was very interesting, and he is going to compose this particular song for RSS. See, traditionally, Maharashtra, Balasaheb Thackeray, Shiv Sena, Dussehra. Then, of course, politically, if you say political leaders all across the country these days, even if parliament session used to be on, they would go to their respective constituencies, meet people. This is also an occasion to meet kind of hundreds of people. Home Minister Amit Shah going to West Bengal, Calcutta, and Pandal. So this is also time to connect with people, send a message across. I wouldn't say this actually converts into votes, but yes, that gives a larger message, connecting with people, the kind of people, they also expect certain things from the political leaders who are participating in these pujas.
Amitabh Tiwari, what about you? Happy Dussehra to both of you first. But in terms of hues and colors and messaging, which one has the best messaging or perhaps the most political messaging?
Happy Dussehra to you too and all your viewers. I think three key messages come out from all these political activities which we are witnessing today. One, of course, is the traditional Shiv Sena versus Shiv Sena, the original versus the real Shiv Sena battle which is happening in Maharashtra. So we need to see how these two, Uddhav Thackeray and Shinde faction, are able to convince the voters and are able to actually claim the real legacy of Balasaheb Thackeray whenever the elections happen. The RSS Pracharak had also a very important message, a subtle message, an underlying message, and that derives from the fact that the RSS enjoys power when BJP is in power. So it's also a sort of exhorting its cadre to work for the victory of the party in all these 5 state elections, and the Prime Minister visiting Dwarka and giving the underlying message that the Ram Mandir will be built next year and the next Ram Navami will be celebrated here is also a message to the voters, particularly in UP, which holds the keys to power. And he also targeted Jativad, in a sense, again, targeting the caste census demand, which the opposition has been playing for some time now.
I think that Jativad point that you speak of, and also the date that is being given now of when the Ram temple will be inaugurated in Ayodhya. First, it has been said by RSS Supremo today, this morning, and now the clear hint coming from Prime Minister where he says, Ayodhya ki ugly Ram Navami. So Sanjay Singh, you know, the colors of the festivities apart, as you said rightly, this is an important occasion for big messaging as well, where political leaders choose a particular place where they want to be seen. Let's not forget that last time we also saw Prime Minister at Kulu Dussehra, the famous Kulu Dussehra, because Himachal elections were round the corner.
Yeah, Marya, you reminded that very well, because in Kulu Dussehra, if you saw Prime Minister, the way he mingled with the crowd, thousands and thousands of people, and in fact, it was very difficult even for camera persons to take a clear shot of Prime Minister. And that was a security nightmare for security agencies who protect him. But that was his way of interacting with people. People mingled the easy manner in which he connects with people. And I think he loves this kind of thing. About Ram Navami and Ram Mandir, construction of Ram Mandir, inauguration of Ram Mandir in January next year. That I think is a big thing that is going to happen. The pre-announcement by the Prime Minister, by UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and Sarsang Chalak. And the way it is, what I hear, the way this whole thing is going to be organized from various places, from all across the country, from villages, a few things getting transported. As in Ram movement, there was one eat. And this way, is going to connect this thing with nation, and you know how this is going to be inaugurated, fulfilling kind of cherished desire of overwhelming mass of people.
Yes, so let's look at the other side also, Sanjay Singh. There is the opposition factor also. Let's talk about them as well. In this Dussehra celebrations, the messaging that's coming from the opposition. Here is Sonia Gandhi. We can see her on our television screens as well. A quick word on her, Amitabh Tiwari.
Yeah, so Sonia Gandhi, if you look at it, every year, generally, there was one kind of, so to use the word, one Congress Ramlila and one BJP Ramlila, the way it culminated. Finally, Sonia Gandhi going to one place, Prime Minister Modi going to another place. This time, of course, he went to Dwarka. But when LK Advani was there or Atal Bihari Vajpayee were there, they would go to two different venues. Of course, there is everyone wants to connect with Durga Puja. The message of Dussehra by itself is very philosophical and great messaging. So that way, yes, very interesting. Politically, aesthetically, religiously, socially, culturally, yes.
Yes, okay. Amitabh Tiwari, you get the final word before I move on to the next segment of this show.
So it is all about messaging, as you said, and subtle messaging also, because it is actually one of the biggest festivals. And optically, it does not look good if the big guns of the opposition are not participating or are not seen visibly in the Dussehra, playing, mingling with the people and communicating with them. The second part is that these elections are happening within the festival period.
Yes.
So there is a celebratory mood, and voting is a fairly emotional decision. When the voter goes to the booth, he goes and exercises his franchise on the basis of two emotions, in my opinion. One is Asha and the other is Akrosh. So it is very important for the BJP or any political party, or largely the incumbent governments, then the voter goes into the mood, goes into the booth with a very happy mood, correct? So that most of the incumbents are able to retain power. So that is also the power of subtle messaging in these festivals, wherein the elections will be happening somewhere around Diwali, 1 week before and almost 1 or 2 weeks later.
Amitabh Tiwari and Sanjay Singh, thank you so much for joining us. Shifting focus to our second story now. A day after his request for a voluntary retirement came through, V.K. Pandian, former private secretary to Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik, has been given a cabinet minister rank in the state government. An order issued by Odisha General Administration and Public Grievance Department said that the IAS officer has been appointed as the chairman of the state government's 5T, which stands for Transformation Initiatives and Naveen Odisha scheme. The order mentions that he will hold a cabinet minister rank. Earlier, sources from the ruling BJD had said that Mr. Pandian may join the party and is likely to be given a bigger role ahead of next year's assembly elections. First, let's try and understand who is Mr. Pandian.
You must have heard about the Kalinga Cup football, no?
Yes.
We're planning to start.
The all-powerful bureaucrat in Odisha, V.K. Pandian, Private Secretary to Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik, has taken voluntary retirement 10 years ahead of schedule. The timing of his retirement, just ahead of the general elections and assembly elections in the coastal state, has triggered a major political buzz. Pandian, a native of Tamil Nadu, began his service in Odisha in 2002. He graduated from the Indian Agriculture Research Institute and joined the IAS in 2000. Pandian served as the district collector of Ganjam from 2007 to 2011. Chief Minister Patnaik was the MLA from Hinjil constituency in Ganjam district 5 times. From Ganjam, Pandian joined as Private Secretary to Chief Minister Patnaik in 2011.
Samastanga namaskar.
After serving as private secretary to Chief Minister Patnaik for 12 long years, Pandian sought voluntary retirement citing personal reasons on the 20th of October. The centre approved the request in a flash within 3 days, waiving off the 3-month notice period. A day after, Pandian was appointed the chairman of the 5 Transformational Initiatives flagship program of Naveen Patnaik with a cabinet rank. As district collector of Ganjam, Pandian caught the attention of Chief Minister Patnaik and climbed the ladder swiftly to become his private secretary. As his aide, Pandian gained the trust of the Chief Minister, so much that the opposition parties dubbed him the de facto Chief Minister. His recent whirlwind tours to oversee state government programs and schemes in 7 districts without the Chief Minister came under sharp criticism from both the BJP and the Congress. The BJP even trained their guns at Chief Minister Patnaik, alleging in Odisha the cart is ahead of the horse.
Which side will go? I think that side.
That side. Sources say Pandian will be inducted into the ruling party in Odisha soon and will be given an important position ahead of the elections. With the Chief Minister's ailing health, Pandian is tipped to run the show in the party with Patnaik's blessings. An NDTV Bureau report.
Editor-in-Chief of Omcom News is joining us, and Amitabh Tiwari continues to be with us. Jajati, coming to you, the necessity of Mr. Pandian. You know, it was long being discussed as to how significant and integral he is in Naveen Patnaik's scheme of things. And now, you know, what was behind the curtains is now appearing in front of everyone.
Well, you're absolutely right, Marya. This was coming, and many who were observing Odisha politics in Odisha, they knew this was bound to happen, and any time before the election, and this happened now. So we don't see much of a change happening practically, because Pandian as such was the 5T secretary, and he was having a grip over the administration as well as over the Biju Janata Dal for past almost a decade now. So what would happen now is that he has got a legitimate right to move around the state, which was under criticism for past few months, because being an IS officer and moving around the state and bringing out the message of the Chief Minister as a party worker sort of thing, that was under scrutiny, and the opposition was trying to criticize it. With this voluntary retirement, he has got a legitimate right now to come out openly as a government person, the Naveen Patnaik's man, and bring out his developmental activities across the state. So this will make it easier for him to bring forward the activities that is necessary before the elections. But remember, this is just he's just joined as a 5T chairman, and it is still a government post which the Odisha government has given him. He is yet to formally join the Biju Janata Dal, and that is likely to happen anytime soon. It's only after then we will come to know that things will become more clear exactly till what position he will take in the party, and Naveen Patnaik would give him what position, so that the matter goes from there to the elections takes place next year.
So that's an interesting observation, that right now he is still very much in the realm of government. Amitabh Tiwari, here is a bureaucrat who has been single point contact to the Chief Minister, completely managing the political affairs also of the party, which is the BJD. And now he is all set to join the party. Can he be called a successor, or will he still be called an aide of Naveen Patnaik?
Currently, he is an aide, but it seems that he is on the path to become a successor. However, we can all speculate on this element. See, regional parties in India have a shelf life. Many regional parties of 60s, 70s, 80s are no longer in existence. Also, most of the regional parties in India are family controlled. The family is the glue which keeps the party together and provides clarity of leadership. However, whenever a transfer of power takes place in regional parties, be it Samajwadi Party, the RJD, the TMC, there are rumblings within the party. Now, Pandian derives all his power from being close to the Chief Minister.
Yes.
Till Naveen Babu is in the CM position or till he retires from politics, Pandian will continue to enjoy power and wield his authority over his party cadre and leaders. However, as soon as Naveen Babu retires from politics, the senior leaders are not going to accept Pandian as the successor because he's not a blood relative of Naveen Babu. Naveen himself faced a lot of resistance from senior leaders, including Bijay Mahapatra, when he became the chief minister and power was transferred to him. So it's not going to be easy for Pandian. Being a strategist and a backroom boy is different from being a leader. Today, the votes which the BJD gets
is because of Naveen Patnaik.
It's all because of Naveen Patnaik.
Yes, absolutely. But Jajati, that point then, that will that transition be easy, or will a party such as the BJD, is there a room really for any kind of rebellion?
Well, one has to understand that the vote bank is still in the name of Naveen Patnaik, and till the next election happens, which is next year, general elections and the assembly elections in Odisha, which happens together. Till then, I don't think there would be any change in leadership or projecting who would be the chief minister of Odisha till that election happened. What has happened now is that Naveen Patnaik has made it very clear. Remember, a few years back, this question was asked, who will be his successor? Will that be anyone from his family? Naveen Patnaik has clearly stated that he won't nominate anybody from his family as the successor of Biju Janata Dal. It's the people of Odisha who will select who will be the next chief minister of Odisha. So Pandian becoming the 5T secretary, and then now he has taken voluntary retirement and becoming the chairperson of 5T. And now, as we see, he will gradually do politics openly. Will that power transition takes place from Naveen Patnaik to Pandian? I don't see it happening till the election is completed next year, because that will bring a sort of confusion in the mind of the people of Odisha. And Naveen Patnaik won't let that happen till he's the chief minister and continues to win.
But will that transition happen?
Before the elections next year, I don't think that would be happening. But Pandian would very much be in the forefront, and he would be steering the elections. But the brand image would be that of Naveen Patnaik as the chief minister. It's only after Naveen Patnaik, because see, one has to understand that Biju Janata Dal has become such a huge party in the state. The organization is so huge and strong that someone has to take over once Naveen Patnaik is not there. So that is the build-up for the Biju Janata Dal, and which has been headed by Pandian, but not before.
Yes, so that means there are enough indications that have come in that there would be a transition, not immediately, perhaps later, and these are the signs of that transition, Amitabh Tiwari. And, you know, interestingly, someone who faced a near coup situation by Pyari Mohan Mahapatra, who was a former bureaucrat, he is going on to trust another bureaucrat completely.
So because, I mean, if you don't have a blood relative as your successor, and if you are at the helm of a regional party, then you do not have much option. Now, the CMO controls the entire party organization. Today, the CMO has had or made a direct contact with the voter, and the leaders and the cadre are not of much importance in the BJT. So whenever that transition takes place, that is going to create significant issues in the party, and that is what perhaps the BJP is waiting for, standing by in the wings, waiting for this imminent power transfer to happen, waiting for significant exodus of leaders from Biju Janata Dal to BJP at a future date. That cannot be ruled out, because without Naveen Patnaik, BJD is not likely to enjoy the same position in Odisha or in the minds of the voters also, because as you said, 30-35% people, or in fact even more, are voting in the name of
only
Naveen
Babu. Naveen Patnaik. Then, Jajati, final question to you. When the testing of waters happened in June, when VK Pandian started touring the state, interacting with people, what was the response? Besides the politicians, the political parties, the opponents of Naveen Patnaik, who were questioning as to in what capacity is Mr. Pandian using the state chopper, the question is, what was the response of the people on the ground?
Well, as we see visibly on the screen and on the ground, it was very well managed. And as I mentioned earlier, Biju Janata Dal is very well organized on the ground. To give you a small example, there are 6 lakh self-help groups in Odisha, and 70 lakh women are members of this self-help group. They form a very big vote bank for Odisha, Biju Janata Dal. So when these 70 lakh women vote for a particular party, they have a very upper age. And if Pandian is able to garner this support when he comes to politics openly, so that would be a big advantage for him. And that is exactly what he was trying to test on the ground in his tour across the state. And he was getting a very good response from that. So will that translate into votes if after Naveen Patnaik? That is a questionable. But so far Naveen Patnaik brand is there. This will certainly translate into votes for Biju Janata Dal as it was happening earlier. The big challenge for Pandian is that whether he will be able to get these votes after Naveen Patnaik, and all this is a build-up for that.
Yes, so it's a domain of unpredictability, and politics is about that. So thank you so much, Jajati and Amitabh Tiwari. Thank you for breaking down that story for us. That's all from me and from the entire team of NDTV. Thanks so much for watching, and happy Dussehra to all our viewers.